Howdy folks, Little John, Friday afternoon. Something unusual. I've just got home from work. Anyone who watches the channel regularly knows that for a long time, well, for quite a while now, I've not worked on a Friday. I only worked Monday to Thursday, which meant I could always stir people up online on Thursday night about being the weekend. Well, due to some changes at work, I now work every second Friday. So exchange that for a day off during the week. So that means a few changes to the process and how you're going to see Little John stuff coming up. Obviously, that's going to put a little bit more pressure on a Friday video if I'm at work all day. So every second week, sort of brew day sort of things are going to happen on a Friday, and then some stuff's going to happen on a Wednesday. So videos will come out, it'll going to be a little bit more mixed up and not quite so consistent when they're coming out. But that's going to work a little bit with what's going on at the moment. First of all, I want to start by saying big news, well for me, big day. Woke up this morning to discover that Little John's Brewing has amassed its 1,000th subscriber. We've hit the old 1K mark. So I was pretty happy about that. It's taken a while. I look back, I've been knocking videos up on the channel for now at just over 4 years. So and there's a ridiculous amount of videos. It's getting up into the high 100. Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I think it's somewhere around 170 videos that I've done in that 4 years. So I've stuck pretty consistently to getting a video out every week, which has always been the plan. But yeah, things get in the way, but generally Friday was always the day, unless apart from holidays and stuff. So you are going to see a little bit of change. You're not going to consistently get that video coming out on a Friday. And this ties in with the video from last week, and I was discussing starting off with my Patreon account, and that I've got up and going. Only a couple of nights ago. I wasn't quite ready. I was in the process of getting it organised, and someone, I'm not, don't want to name names. So someone put up on a post on Facebook about happening, and letting other people know about it, which is great. That's fantastic. I'm really happy that people want to share it around, and that there's that support there for it. But I wasn't quite ready to get up and go, and I was going to take a week or two to sort of get the process down right and work out what I was doing. But given that was out there, I thought I probably need to shake things up a little bit and get happening. So I've done it. The Patreon page is up. So if you are at home and you're interested in that, you'd like to contribute to help the cause, keep the brewing videos going, and keep things alive with Little John, there's a link down the bottom. I'll be linking that, putting that link onto all the videos from now on. It'll kick you over to the Patreon page and show you a little bit of what it's all about. So got any questions, stick it down the bottom. I can answer questions down the bottom if you want to ask before you go out and do anything like that. So that in itself is going to cause some changes to some of the things I'm doing. As I said last week, brewing particularly. There's going to be a little bit more focus on kits, can brews, and kit and kilo, and a little bit of playing around with this sort of things. But I'm hoping that with that Patreon, a little bit of support there, that I can actually put more effort and more time into doing beers from the kits and do a wider range of stuff, so I can put some feedback out there for people on how these kits are and how they work and what they're like, so people can make decisions on whether to spend their hard-earned cash on them or not. Look at ways to make them better. As I said, all grain brewing is is what I do. That's where my thing is, and there's an example of a nice all grain brew mucking around. This is Little John's Brut India Pale Lager, which is a spin-off from the Brut IPA, and there's a video back on this. There was I split my Brut IPA and played around with this, and again, this is sort of the things we do. I'm always doing that. Taking a batch, generally most batches I do, I split in half and do each one differently to try different things. So it allows you to get different tastes and different finishes to your beer without taking up massive amounts of time and not having a massive amount of beer when you do get something a little bit wrong. Which I must say doesn't happen that often. It's pretty rare you get I get a beer that I can't drink. Some are not the greatest, not the greatest beers I've ever made, and that's when you can't avoid that. They can't all be the best beer you ever made. But generally they're drinkable. There's very few beers that I've made over the years that haven't been drinkable. I might throw out the last half dozen bottles or so because I'm just looking for fridge space or empty bottles and stuff. But generally, if I make it, I drink it. And this is a prime example. There's a bit of experimentation. This is what I thought that beer should have been like. Come out really bloody good. So there's still going to be plenty of all grain brews because they're still going to be going to fill my fridge. The kit beers, I will obviously I'll drink some, but I envision that a lot of those are going to end up being presents for relatives. But that's to get the brewing out there. I said this fella here, the Cerveza, I'm going to do this up tomorrow night. My lovely wife is going out and partying with the girls. So while I've got the house to myself and easy access to the kitchen, I'm going to knock up a very basic version of the Cooper's Cerveza. I've not made a basic version of this probably for, it'd be 6 years. I've done Kingsley's Passion Fruit Cerveza, which you can go back and have a look at, which tarts this up. Again, done a split batch, made a nice beer. But I've not actually made the standard kit, and that's what I'll be doing tomorrow night. There'll be a video on that. But what I am looking at bringing into play with the videos and with the Patreon is I'm probably going to look at increasing how often I'm getting a brew out. But what I want to do is bring in a different style of the video. You have to bring in that grain to glass type video, which I've never done. I've always done the brew day video, and then 4, 6, 8 weeks later I'd do a tasting video and look at how the beer is. What I'm looking to do is to get some brews going where I'm doing that brew through to drinking on the one video. So of course that's going to take a little bit of time before they're going to be ready. So they may be a little bit patchy, but that being said, I do have coming on order at the moment some different grain that I've never used before and some new hops. That I'll be playing around with. I'm going to try and muck around with. So that'll be something completely new. They're hops that are fairly new to the market. So we'll play around with those. I also has some other stuff coming, courtesy of a lovely fella who I'll give a good rap to when it actually arrives. There'll be some more hops coming, and that will lead to a bit more experimenting as well. So all that stuff's still going to be happening. So Little John's isn't going to look a real lot different, pardon me, for the average viewer. I said there will be a little bit extra there if you do want to, you know, happy to go on that Patreon side and, you know, contribute from there. And I said if you're not, you know, if you don't want to pay any money, you don't want to go to Patreon, you don't want to, you know, go that avenue, you just want to, you know, you want to stay as you are, that's perfectly fine. Everything will continue. There'll be videos, still be videos coming in every week. We'll be brewing beers, we'll be doing experiments, we'll be doing tastings. You know, nothing is going to change from what you see. If anything, you'll probably see, and possibly even a little bit more, with what's going on. The biggest thing I think you're going to see channel-wise is I've buckled on this. From when I first started doing the channel, I sort of have said that I will not do beer reviews. Commercial beers. I've made comment here and there on certain beers and, you know, whether I like them or not, but I've never really done reviews. Now I've just managed to get myself into a little deal on the side where I'm able to access a small amount of commercial beers on a regular basis, which up until now, being where I am, has been really difficult. I've been restricted to getting stuff when I'm out of town on holidays, and it's made it hard for me to get into a lot of the newer stuff that's floating around. So I'm hoping this new contact will get me able to have beers that are more on the edge and the more cutting stuff, the stuff that's coming out, you know, freshly from the brewers. So I will be doing reviews on those beers, and in true Little John style, that will be real reviews. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing someone actually tell you the truth about how a beer is, not just give you bullshit about how great it is and what a wonderful job the brewers have done because someone's feeding them fucking cheap beer or free beer, yeah, and they want the pat on the back for it and keep the tyres going, yeah, then stick around, because I've got no problem saying that a beer's shit if a beer is shit. No problem at all. As I said, this channel's about good beer, better beer. No place for, yeah, talking up shit beer around here. Probably should get someone to write this stuff. It's pretty good, isn't it? Anyway, so that's what's going on. I know it's been a little while since I've knocked out a brew, but they're coming. I bottled up the Muntons IPA kit the other night. That was the crankshaft clone and a bit of a play on the bent spoke sprocket type feel. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to give that'll be another couple of weeks to give it time to carve up. The Pacific Ale I've done based on the Cooper's Pale Ale tin. I've not cracked the bottle yet. It's been, I think it's coming up on 3 weeks. I've got to check. I might be able to get a bottle into the fridge over this weekend and have a crack and see how the carbonation's going. See how close we are to getting a tasting on that one. But it's getting close. I don't think it's going to happen this week, but I think there's probably a fair chance we'll get a taster on that next week. So that's where we are. Where are we going? We're going somewhere, or we're not going somewhere. Again, as I said, choice is yours. Whatever you want to do. As always, if you've got any questions about what Little John's doing, you want to clarify anything, ask the question down below. If you've not subscribed, hit the subscribe button down there. I've got 1,000 subscribers. I want some more. More people. Get all your mates to come along. Learn together. But most important of all, tune in, get involved, and make yourself some beer. So that's me, Little John, for today. So till I see you again, we're brewing beer, talking beer or drinking beer, good brewing.